salad, please.
More than a bit of grief.
Cousin, little cousin there, right, mate. Only 5% of the world population have ginger ale, mate, so it's a positive, unique selling point.
More than a bit of grief.
I don't think it's about being aggrieved, but I thought the performance was very good. You're playing against one of the top sides of the division, and I thought we at least matched them, and at times went beyond them. And then really the definitive moment is a fantastic moment of quality, it must be said. Because I've seen it back, and I think he sees the gap and whips it in the corner, and that's a great moment of quality. But other than that, then I thought we gave a very, very good account of ourselves. And I've said recently, you can have a tough run in the Premier League that we've had, and lots of different margins can, define a game. Decisions, we've had a few injuries, etc., etc. But when you perform like that, that's the key to it, continuing to perform like that. And we haven't had too many dips, but that's a very, very good performance. Very pleased with the players today.
On the back of Old Trafford on Boxing Day, to only get 1 point from those two performances.
Yeah, well, the challenge of the Premier League is sometimes that's why the top six are the top six. Because often they can just about hang in there and they can find a moment of quality. And they do it enough where they stay in that top six. And we in the build-up to this game, we were talking about it. If you want to look at the stats, you'll clearly see there's a gap between the top six, who almost none have had an awkward run. Every single club outside that top six has had a tough run at some stage or another, and that clearly defines the league. And so when we perform like that against some of these superpower clubs, and I'm very, very pleased with how far we've come, as a team, and I think we continue to move forward, including that performance today. Results are hard to come by, but you can't always measure everything on a result. Not as a manager. As a fan, of course you do, but as a manager, you've got to look beyond the results sometime. And over this run we've had, I've been pretty pleased over a lot of performances, including that today.
Still be where you are, considering you're only 7.
Well, that shows how strong we were, and how strong we continue to be in performances. And like I said, the margins are tight. There's half a shout for a penalty today. Not that we're going to get one because we haven't had one all season. So it's almost, I don't know who's a statistician in here, but that'll be an anomaly somewhere. Vokesy gets someone, his shirt's getting pulled all over the place. Tarky's already been pushed over. Things like that, they can affect games like this. Getting on the right side of all them little decisions, they count over a game like this. And we didn't get on the right side of them today, but performance-wise, I was really, really pleased.
I'm close to Aaron Mann. Is that something you can talk about?
No, just we've been linked with a lot of people, which always happens this time of year. Possibilities and probabilities.
Was that your main grumble? Because we could see you on the monitors having a word with the fourth official. Was the penalty incident?
No, that was one of about 3,000. But I just kept it to that one today.
Were there other? Did you? In seriousness, did you feel you just didn't get the rub of the green?
No, I think the margin's tight in referees' decisions. I think it's always a tricky one. There's some moments today, which are strange to understand, because we at the beginning of the season we all get told the rules, and what happens. And Jack Cork gets past Pogba. You can clearly see he's trying to pull his shirt. He doesn't get him. He then tries to bring him down. He doesn't get him. He then stands up, boots the ball away, and gets nothing. We're clearly told what the rules are on that, and then later on he gets booked and could be sent off. I don't want to see players sent off, by the way. Make sure you put that, because I think some of the rules are crazy now. I think just get on with the game is a big one for me. But what I'm saying is over 90 minutes of that, if you're not getting the right side of some of them, and I thought there was a lot of soft things today that went against us rather than for us, they can all add up. But that's nothing really to do with the overall pattern of play today, but it is frustrating when it's happening and you're waiting for them margins, because as you saw today, the margins are tight. Tarky's had just a yard, we've hit the bar, we've had a possible penalty, I think, and all their margins over a game do count. So that's more what I'm overall looking at it.
Do you think it is the Manchester United thing? Do you think that's playing on his mind when he's making those decisions?
Oh no, that's for a debate that's been going on for years. Nothing to do with Manchester United. That's to do with big clubs getting decisions. That debate's been there for donkey's years. So it's not my place to join it or not join it. It's just been there for years. That's for other people to decide. I'm just saying today, I thought we didn't always land the right side of close decisions. Silly little things. At the end of the first half, you remember, they're on a counter-attack. He lets it play. And then free kick at the end of the game, he blows a whistle. Who knows? We put that in the box, score a goal. Who knows?
And on Lennon, I know it's a difficult one to talk about, but is he one of a few? Or
no, there's different sort of situations that possibly could open up. But they're not all givens, and I've always maintained I like speaking about my players, and there's players out there we've been linked with, they're not my players.
chance of a few bodies back before the next game?
Well, hopefully, we're still waiting on a couple, but we've got that 10 days now, so we'd like to think so, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see. But the players who have come in, by the way, don't mistake my words. You get stretched a little bit with injuries, but the players who are coming in are doing a good job. Like I say, it's not just about just looking at a result. They're playing well. I thought there was a very, very good group of players playing today.
We take the players away for a spell. You give them a bit of time off.
No, just mix up the week. We might be over the coming weeks, but this week we'll just mix up the week. That's all. A bit of downtime, bit of work, and getting ready, because it is that funny thing with the 10 days.
Sean, I know you're not talking specifically about individual players, but do you expect to make changes? Do you expect to bring players in? Are any going to leave?
Only if they fit the model that we work to. Only if they can affect the team, which is obviously the key principle. But they have to fit in the numbers. They have to fit in the way the club's ran. So that's the key to it. It's we're in a good situation as a club, so therefore we've got to continue that and choose wisely. So that's why when you see some of them players that we're linked with, it's always interesting. I never know how it goes beyond the fact that some run £100,000 a week. We're not there. Trust me.
Okay, folks.
Okay.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.